Welcome back to Captain DLC Gaming. Today we are jumping into some more ranked play in Standard in the arena. And today I wanted to take the Yorion Azorius control deck and update it and keep playing that. I've been dabbling with the Azorius control since the Worlds and gone through a couple of reiterations of the deck. Notably, since we lost to Fairy in the format, I haven't played it consistently. So this was the newest of the old versions. Soul Guide Lantern, I think, is a little outdated in the meta. Not really sure how the matchups are going to be currently, but wanted to find out. So I went ahead and created a new version. So this is the newest update. And we swapped out for some new cards with Zendikar Rising. So we, of course, brought in the Maze Mine Tome. Not a new card, but something new to me that I'm playing recently. We've got Emery's Call, Zendikar Rising, and then everything else, besides, of course, the Skyclave Apparition, Zendikar new card, very valuable gameplay there, is things that have been in the deck before. So prioritizing Yorion, so we have 3 in the deck, 1 as the companion. It's a little bit light on removal for my personal preference. I net decked this off of Alias V's site, another YouTuber. I've been seeing Yorion decks gaining in popularity, so I wanted to stick to the Azorius colors here and try my hand at it. So we've got Essence Scatter 3 of, Negate 3 of as our only, as removal, and then the Mystical Dispute. That's our removal package. I'm not real hot on Thirst for Meaning. It does get to the resources that you need, and maybe it's key to have it at the 3-drop slot instead of card draw that's going to cost more. So let's give this deck a try. If you want a more in-depth explanation of this deck, like I said, I did pull it from Alias V's YouTube channel. I will put a link in the description, and check out her content on this deck. But let's jump into a game and see what we see as far as matchups and how this deck plays. It has been a while since I've played Azorius Control, so forgive me if I'm a bit slow. We'll probably only get 1 or 2 games in on this video. We'll see what happens. Try to talk through my decisions quickly and see what happens. So here we go. 3 lands, opening hand, Glass Casket for the early game removal. Shatter the Sky in hand in case we go up against something crazy, but it looks like we might be playing, I wouldn't say necessarily in the mirror. I think there's a lot of Yorion decks out there, so let's see what style our opponent's playing here. And we will lead off with an island. Fabled Passage for the opponent, not revealing colors. That's fine. We will say go. Holding up the Negate. Doubt we'll need to use it on turn 2. And we see white. And more white. Don't think it's a little early to be buying Yorion into hand here. So we'll just pass the turn. Birth of Meletis. I like that. So we see black from our opponent, so they're in a different color combination than we are. And here I want that particular plains. Then we'll Fabled Passage for the blue, giving us the opportunity to hold up Negate. I like that. Say go. I did take the time to go get fancy lands for this deck. Omen of the Sun. Is that something that we're worried enough about that we want to negate? Solid question. We're already up to turn 5, turn 6. We can start playing potential creatures and things. I think we don't care enough about that. That might be a mistake. I tend to be hasty with my removal, but in this deck, I don't have a lot of it. So we'll take 2. The opponent goes up 2 life on entry into the battlefield for the enchantment. And they will put Yorion into hand. We'll get a wall. So we have Elspeth Conquers Death at the ready for Yorion. They will get to bounce the Omen of the Sun, or flicker it rather. Or we can Shatter. Do we follow suit and just buy Yorion? I think that might be our play here. Not interested in Casket. Or am I? We'll buy it back next turn with Yorion. I doubt they're going to be playing small enough creatures. Let's pass the turn. Okay, so Skyclave, take out the wall. Nope, they will keep us from gaining 2 life. Walk 1, take 1. We draw a Dream Trawler, which we can play. Maybe that's how we pressure our opponent here. Dream Trawler can take over a game. I expect the opponent being in black to have removal. But with them only on 3 lands, I think I'm going to go for it here. If they remove it, then Elspeth Conquers Death gets better because we can bring it back. Opponent going for the Scry, likely having mana issues here. 2 to the bottom. And opponent scoops it up. Dream Trawler, too much, especially, gotta feel bad for the opponent here. They were on 3 lands, and especially in a Yorion deck, that's not where you want to be. That is completely debilitating. Put you way behind, and with us getting Dream Trawler out that early, they didn't have a way to deal with it. We would take over the game very quickly. So an unfortunate loss for our opponent. We'll take the win, understanding the situation. Give our opponent some grace there, and let's jump into another game. That was a short one. This is probably the shortest game I've played with a deck of this style. But unfortunately, the shuffler hates you sometimes. Okay, a little full on lands here, but in this deck, that's where I think we're okay being. So we will snap keep this hand. Start off with the Triome. Opponent's in green. Do play planes. Think about it a little too hard there. Trying to decide whether I wanted to use a Fabled Passage there, hold up, negate. Negate in green, usually not something that's necessary. They're typically playing a lot of creatures, but with only 1 green, no idea what we're playing against. I think here we will birth. We really don't need more lands, but we will take them. It might be dumb to do this, but I play a Plains knowing that we can Fabled Passage for untapped mana moving forward and not wanting to stir the deck anymore with how much land we've been drawing. Might be a silly way to look at things, but that was my rationale. And we got Garrick's Harbinger. Protection from black. Let's go ahead and crack a Fabled Passage. Now we'll stir the deck. Get a blue. Shatter feels hasty, knowing that more action's coming down the pipe. We hold up Omen for the chump block. Is there anything about this? Deals combat damage. We definitely don't want to allow that to happen. Okay. No limits on size of blockers. Yeah, we'll say go. Ram through. I think we save the negate. Yep, we allow that to happen. Save negate for the future. We'll Omen. We could double block the Serpent here, but I think we just want to keep our opponent off of resources. So it's better to just chump block and consider Shatter the Sky next turn. I was hoping the opponent would play another creature that would make that better, but they spent their mana with the Ram through. Gain 2 life. We'll stir the deck again. Get the Swirly Island. Okay, so Shatter the Sky here draws the opponent a card, and likely they have plenty more creatures in hand. We can Elspeth. Oh, if I had a Yorion in hand, I would feel a lot better about that. Opponent getting impatient. Oops, I meant to say thinking. Let's go with the Hasty Shatter. Opponent draws a card, that's fine. Yep, Yorvo comes down. Which is, what a top deck. Glass Casket. Let's put Yorvo. Oh, I've never seen a emote like that. That was a whole sentence. What was that all about? Do we buy back? No, let's pass. Buy Yorion is an option. I think I want to Thirst at end of turn. Visionary for the card draw. We don't have any of those fancy emotes. Legion, yeah. Ramp, ramp, ramp. Ramp, ramp. Good value for our opponent. Ooh, tough decision here. Let's decline. I don't think the negates are going to be very good against this particular opponent. And I think we can survive putting a land away. Good call on the land. Yorion to hand. Pass the turn. Opponent coming in for 3 damage. Means they have plenty of mana to cast whatever they have in hand, and they're not going to go for it. Reading counter magic in our hand, I am fine with that. So we could just slam Yorion here, or maybe then we get the 1/1s and a good blocker, or we Elspeth the Visionary just to reset it with Yorion and get some value that way. Taking 1 from the exchange. Yeah, I like that. It's kind of a goofy way to play, but might as well get the most out of Elspeth. Be a slow, patient player here with the Yorion. Expect to see something good from the opponent here. And they're not going to commit. Okay. Well, Yorion. Might have been a little too hasty with the Elspeth Conquers deck getting greedy. Elspeth Conquers Death. Getting a little bit greedy, and we get a little bit punished here because it can't hit anything. Good read by the opponent there. Visionary comes out. Yep. I accept. Opponent draws. Unless they pay 3, which they can. So, yeah, that resolves. Yeah, so we need to draw into something good here. Fabled Passage isn't what we're looking for. Play a land. Say go. Hold up Yorion for a blocker against Garrix, but I think our opponent's too smart to make that trade, knowing that we're just going to get Yorion right back. What is this madness? Top 7 cards of your library, you may put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield, convert it to 3 or less at interest. Yeah, that's disputable. Actually, we should use the negate there. Well, we use it anyways. Haha, accidentally made a great play. Forgot about their ability to tap their creatures. Definitely something worth the 2-for-1, I think, in that situation. Get another Yorion. So if we attack, we're just trading 4 damage. Why not? We can chump block. Make things more interesting. I would really like to have the blue castle be able to scry here. Elder Gargaroth. Yeah, that's a problem. Now's when we need Shatter the Sky. If we can rip a Shatter the Sky off the top of the deck, that's great value for us. We'll lose our Yorion, but we have one in hand. Ram Through comes in. Yep. That's a thing. Yeah, oops, says the opponent. They should have used Gargaroth for that. Yep. We'll absorb some damage here. We'll take 3. Save the 1/1 for next turn in case we need it. In case we don't. Rip. Do we cash in Omen? Alright, let's trust the deck. Come on, deck. Try Ohm. That's not what I want to see. We dig. Mazemind Tome. Woof. We dig some more. Ooh, that's pretty tasty. Okay. Pass the turn. Opponent's going to draw a card. Smart play. Empty hand for them. Do we chump away our Yorion? See next turn, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gives us 8 in the air. Might seem foolish, but I'm going to take the 6th this turn and keep creatures on board. Try to buy us some time here. So I need 7. I have 9. So I can afford to draw here and play Emery's Call, but nothing else. Omen. But that only leaves me with the 7 that I need. Yeah, I think we go ahead and go for Emery's Call here. That means our stuff is indestructible until next turn. That is helpful for blocking. Although we'll still take some trample damage from Elder Gargaroth. We're down to 10. See what the opponent chooses to do with their attacks here. They're going to draw another card. Can't do enough to destroy it. Might as well take another damage off, though. Or do we consider losing an angel to the Gargaroth? I think we do. Let's get something off the board here. Wow, and our opponent doesn't realize that our angels are not indestructible. It's other creatures. Play Omen. Dream Trawler, I accept. Maze Mind Tome, I also accept. Oops, we forgot our stop, though. That's fine. This is potentially fine. So I think we go ahead and jam 8 damage. 1 turn clock there. Dream Trawler comes out. Maze Mind Tome number 2. Hold up. Counter Magic, wink wink, nudge nudge. And see what our opponent does. Gem Razor. All your problems are in the air. It does have reach. Let's draw a card. Opponent has had enough. They know they're dead in air. Thought maybe they'd have a fight spell, but not enough to clear out the flyers. Getting it done against mono green. We would have been able to draw here, scry, and then we would have let the tomes untap to pump the Dream Trawler if needed. We had plenty of attackers in the air to finish that one off. Good game to our opponent. They stuck in there really well. We were able to outvalue them and take the win. Claim those prizes. Alright, for sake of time, we're already at 24 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and cut this video short. I will likely make another video soon with this deck. Excited to be back into playing Azorius Control. Thank you for joining me today in the arena. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay. We will see you next time. Catch you on the flip side.